Dun, dun, dun. Hello, welcome everyone to Two Dogs Digs Live Hall Pass. Tonight, it's our favorite pretty well monthly show now. Thrift it or throw it. Tonight, we're going to show you a bunch of different items. And then those of you who are here live can make comments about whether you would have bought them or not, whether you would have thrifted them or thrown them. And then you can see what we did, and we'll give you our reasons why we do it. It's always a fun show because everybody's opinions are completely different. That's the great thing about reselling. You can like stuff or not. And if you're watching the show after the fact, you can please comment below. It's like as well. You can say, oh, I didn't think I would have bought that, or I would have thrifted this. So we love seeing those comments as well because we try to respond to all of them. Mr. Good Dog is just getting ready to downstairs right now. But hope everybody's having a great day. This wonderful Tuesday. It's a strange weather weekend for us. We just finished getting through shorts weather for 5 days, and today it's freezing, and it keeps doing little bursts of snow, and then a burst of rain, and then it's clear, and then it's a burst of I don't even know what the heck is happening with our weather. If anybody tries to tell me there's no such thing as climate change, I'm like, just look. Yesterday was full shorts and sweating, and now today. Big hello to everybody who's joined us here. Over here on this side. And a special thanks as well to those of you who are Kennel Club members. The Kennel Club members have a little icon beside a little, it's actually a little tiny doghouse. And that doghouse is to help, it depends on how long they've been members. They may have anything from a little new member paw to a 1 month, 2 month, 6 month, 12 month, or 24-month gold doghouse. So thank you very much for everybody who's member of the Kennel Club. Kennel Club is where is it? Kennel Club is $3.99 a month. It's something that's done through YouTube. You get those loyalty badges. You also get these little emojis that you can go and type beside yourself in here, and you will see the emojis. The way you do them is you type the emoji between two colons. So if you wanted to type off the rails, you type colon, rails, colon, and you get it showing up a little emoji of a upside down train and Doug. And we have a few new ones that finally got back into there. So we now have Cha-Ching, Rails, Dice Roll, Cart Envy. I think we have Snap Cup, and we might have Doug's Front. Go Sports and Woof may be added very soon as well. So again, thanks to all of you who do support us in there. We hope that even things like today's show for $3.99, it's actually $2.99, for $2.99 a month, for people who join us, that today's show actually helps them with finding stuff that they may have. So a big hello Donna and Tina. Hey, Janet. And Emily, one of our recent members. Thanks so much. And Candace, another fairly recent member. Tamara, who's really getting back into the swing of things after a couple of years of nothing. Carl, the lazy reseller, our favorite monthly man, our man of the month. How about that? Our man of the month, who actually will be back beginning of May, on May the 2nd, with our What's Sold in April. A little slow, but Diana, I guess you thought we were somewhere else. No. There's like a hockey game on. Hey, Kathy. Let's see. Hey, Holly, how you doing? We got Lisa in here. Sherry did her first, I think it might have been last week I said, but she did her first What Not show. Did a really good job in it. Greg is watching from the computer as opposed to from the TV. Miss Dawn and Catherine probably. Heather, Nellie, and Kevin. I'm going to say hi to as many people as I can. Mr. Paul as well. And Emily. I think I said Emily already. And there's Rick typing all the different things. And again, I don't see them. Rick just sees, I just see them like this. I don't know what the heck that means, but Rick sees them as an actual thing. And in fact, there he is, Mr. Rick. Speak.
Oh, okay. Hello.
You don't speak. I do not know you are there. Don't speak. No, the don't speak comes for other times. It's not actually for now. The don't speak is when I'm actually talking about. Don't speak.
I won't.
No, you can speak.
I don't like speaking. You know that.
It was close to 80 yesterday. Oh, it was very nice here. Is this blurry for everyone or just you? It could be just you. I'm pretty clear. Rick's a little blurrier, but I think for Rick, I look a little blurry and Rick looks a little clearer. Hey, Joel. Is now, I think, in his new house. You're not slow. Oh, sales. Hey, brother, crazy. Oh, there is a hockey team. God's team is down 2-0. I'm guessing that's the Leafs. I don't know. I have no idea.
Go sports.
Go sports. But yeah, today it's very
I
loud.
thought that was for sports.
Way too loud, and it has nothing to do with sports. It's called Fear in a Can, Rick. It's people screaming and monsters and everything after you. So I'm not sure why you brought that up. So today we are going to be going through our Thrift It or Throw It. Again, one of the fun shows that we have. Hey, Miss Precious Love, thanks for popping in.
That's my screen, honey.
Oh, that's your. Why is your screen showing up? There it is. There's Thrift It or Throw It. There we go.
Thank you.
And this is stuff that we found in thrift stores, pretty well, mostly thrift stores, over the past little while. And it's always a fun thing to see what people are going to do with it. Now, I'm going to announce this other thing, too, that right now that I'm going to talk about a little bit here. I'm going to be talking about it over the next number of weeks as well. And this is part of sort of the support that we do for you guys when we're doing the Kennel Club. Coming up in May, we are going to be doing for Kennel Club members only. So the only people who will be able to actually view this live and see it will be people who are members of the Kennel Club. And that is, we are going to be doing a Dealing in Dolls, a guide to selling modern finds, because a lot of people have asked us questions about shopping for dolls and things along those lines. So what we're doing is we're going to actually do like a hall pass, a live show. It'll be about an hour or so long, and it'll be coming up the end of May. We might even end up doing it on like a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday evening, just so everybody who is a member here can get has an ability to see it, as opposed to a Thursday night. And so East and West Coast folks can see it as well. If you are a member, though, you will be able to join this live thing, and you'll be able to actually see. We're going to be talking about what dolls to look for, what to avoid, what kind of things are potentially have a place in the future, what kind of things have a place in the past. So we're going to talk all about that, but again, only for Kennel Club members. So please consider joining Kennel Club. No, we haven't set a date yet. It's most likely going to be within the last week or so before the 30th, like sometime probably week of the 23rd-ish. I haven't set a full date up. We're away in Brimfield for the entire time from the 3rd until the 15th. So that's why it won't be then. But I'll be talking about this every week, and I'll be doing a little video on it as well. So to join the Kennel Club, all you have to do is go to our YouTube channel. And if you go to YouTube, just go into Two Dogs Digs on YouTube, and you'll see a little join button in the top corner. And in that top corner, you click on join, and then YouTube charges you the $2.99 a month. That's $2.99 Canadian or $2.99 US, either one. And again, hopefully that sort of thing helps you guys in searching for stuff. So it'll easily pay for itself in terms of being able to help you look at garage, especially with the summer coming up for those of you who are in colder climates. Anything that has to do with, you now have garage sales and flea markets that are going to be coming up. But it also allows you to look at estate sales and the standard thrift store searches and things like that. Plus, we also do give extra support to people who are in the Kennel Club. So as a good example, Heather Makoff, who is shopping for a lot of dolls right now, no problem. Heather sends me pictures of stuff, asks questions, direct messages me, and I actually give some pointers on do this, don't do that. I get people who send me stuff that says, this is coming up in an auction. Should I buy it? If so, how much should I bid? Because I'm not going to be bidding on an auction in North Carolina. So there might be a lot of opportunities for you in there. And again, just members of the Kennel Club. And that's one of the first ones I'm going to be doing for you. I'm going to do a few more of these as we move across into later on in the year. So, but again, today is all about Thrift It or Throw It, and let's go to our first item. So our first item is something I thought everybody talks about Pyrex. So I found something for Pyrex. Yay,
Can I play anything yet?
What?
Can I play?
No, you can't play.
Darn it.
Well, I don't know. If you want to play, I guess he can play, but I don't even know if he knows what's there. And yes, thank you very much. Please hit the like button. Carl hit throw before anything. So this is Pyrex, and again, this is a Pyrex Pie Plate, and it has the vintage paper logo inside it. And so this is one of the things that I thought, wow, you don't normally see something that is in the actual pie plate itself. It is Pyrex, which seems to be something that everybody is always looking for. And if you're lucky, you may find something like that on the shelf. This was $3.49 for this one piece that was out there. So I'm just going to see if I can find back to where Carl had put his throw and see what is going after that. So we've got throw. So we've got throw. Lisa says thrift. Diana says throw. Emily says throw. Kevin says throw. Or Andrew says throw. Sorry. Donna says throw. Well, look at this. Throw, throw, throw. Joel is thrift. Nellie's throw. Everybody says throw. Lisa sold one. There's Kevin. Todd. It looks like everybody, unless you're going to cook with it, like Paul might do, says throw this. If it was for personal use, well, you know what? Greg is going to thrift it. So I'm going to just show you exactly what we did do with this. We threw it. Yeah, we did. And it's funny because I don't mean to be in the slightest bit potentially sexist, but I think a couple of the men went thrift thinking it's Pyrex, like I immediately would have done. It's Pyrex. It's pretty boring Pyrex. It actually doesn't really have a good value. It is sellable, but it's probably sellable for only like $6, $7, something like that. Even Pyrex people who might think, oh, this is neat because it has the paper in it. One of the things that we actually tell people to do is, and we want you to think about this, avoiding this clear Pyrex kind of stuff. So we've actually found in the past, we've thought about it. Sometimes we've just grabbed it without thinking and then looked it up after the fact and found out, and put it in even our max solds. We've tried to do max solds with it. And even in our max solds, it's getting nothing. This past max sold we just had, we had some Fire King and Pyrex glass dishes in, and they went for barely more than we actually paid for them. Rick, have you found something there to show?
I was looking it up just to see what the pricing is for. Hello?
Yeah.
What are you waving at?
I was waving at Susan. I said, hello, Susan.
Oh, okay. No, I basically am looking to see if the things sell and what they list for. And
John would pay more than for the pie.
yes. So completed and sold. A clear Pyrex baking dish, $8, $7.
So again, the thing that we want you to look at from this is it's not necessarily in the name. It doesn't mean everything. Pyrex itself is not necessarily the name for you to look at. So next we found, we're going to split it sort of halfway point between talking about stuff that's more in the, I guess, the decorative or things like that, or as opposed to the toy. We're going to do toys in the back half of this. The next thing is this, I don't even know what to call it. The clear glass vase.
It's a fluted and footed vase.
A fluted and footed vase. The only Roadrunner says the only clear Pyrex they buy is old percolators or teapots. Yes. And actually, okay, the one caveat, Pyrex lids, that's clear glass. That's a good thing. We actually sold just Pyrex Frigilids, just 2 Frigilids for almost $35. So let's see. So this is going back to this. This is a clear, fluted. What did you call it, Rick?
Vase.
Okay. $7.99. You can see the size of it based on my holding in the hand. And so we've got let's see. Greg says throw. Sherry says thrift. Too hard to ship. Okay. Throw. Donna saying amber glass is too common and this one is not exciting. Candace says throw. Joel is throw. Sherry says thrift the vase, possibly Viking. That's why. I don't know enough about the vase to say. Is it flash painted or colored glass?
I think it's colored glass.
I think it's colored glass.
If it were flash painted, it would be painted on the surface.
I would not comp it. So your challenge is you won't be able to find a comp for it. Don says it also looks like a Chinese import, which is not worth the effort. Thrift, throw. No, if there are any markings, Miss Precious, I would have actually shown the markings in the photo. Thrift, depending on the price, and the price was $7.99. So would you do it still? Wouldn't have even looked at it. Andrew's like, throat. If colored glass and vintage, I'd buy at the right price. Well, what did I end up doing with this? I bought it. So I don't know if I did a good thing with this or not. I tell you why I bought it. I bought it simply because I thought it was something different. I thought if at the end of the day I can't find a good way to resell it, because again, I liked the style of it. I thought it was actually quite different. No markings on it at all on the bottom here. But the idea of it having sort of this, like it's sculpted downwards. This is flat, so you can see it's got a little bit of a sculpt to it. I liked this on it.
I like the fact that the base is smooth and it doesn't have a lot of the Chinese imports. The glass looks like it's been shattered off of the stick that they use when they're blowing glass.
So again, I will say one thing is I did use a $2 coupon. So I ended up paying $5 for this, or $5.99, $4.50 US or whatever.
That's a good keyword, draping.
The draping does look like Viking. Actually, because it looks like drapes if you hold it this way. Dawn said, yeah, I didn't see the draping before. If it's Viking, it could be worth it. Again, I got to do a little bit more research.
I like your thoughts. Fill it with M&Ms.
I thought I would do this because, again, we don't, every once in a while you see something. I mean, it might look better here than it did when I was taking a picture of it here. But again, my thoughts on it were at $6, it was worth the risk for me. I know I could probably easily get the $6 like this back if I do put it in a max sold. It's actually not that heavy, and it's pretty solid. So again, Rick's going to have to do some looking up. We'll have to Google image it, see if we can find something on it, or even ask in one of the chalet.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to ship that because it doesn't have the protrusions. It's like basically a big jar, so I could ship that.
Daisy says it's beautiful, so thanks. At least I've got, and Roadrunner
says it's buy it,
really nice. And Diana has sold stuff like that locally, so maybe it's a glass chalice. It's a chalice from the palace. Has a pestle with the poison. No, it's not the chalice with the palace. It's a pestle with the poison. It's the flagon with the dragon has the pestle with the poison. The chalice with the palace is the brew that is true. If anybody knows what we're talking about, I'd just like to see you type in there. The flagon with the chalice from the palace is the pestle with the poison. The flagon with the dragon has the brew that is true. Does anybody know what that's coming? And the only person I know definitely who probably is going to know the answer to this is going to be One Witch Lady, Diana. Just because I have the feeling she might know about it. I got nobody typing anything in there, so maybe nobody knows what it is.
Well, Sherry's got it.
Oh, yep. Sherry, yep. Oh, yeah, you do. Okay, Tamara does as well. And Paul does. Maybe that's why he typed it as well. So
Carl found us sold.
Carl found us sold for $42. Thank you, Carl. Good. Yes, we are dating ourselves, but it's better we date ourselves than be left alone. Lonely people. No, I'd rather date myself than nobody. But I got that one. So, hey, now. Next on our Thrift or Throw Up, walking along the aisle, and one of the things I always say, of course you do, one of the things, Elise says she thinks it's Viking and see one sold for $67 on Etsy. Good. Speaking of solds, I understand today I saw on a couple of boards, flipper tools, which used to be the way that you would go to find Etsy solds if you couldn't get them to look up properly through Google. It looks like it's gone. It's like disappeared. It's dead. It's completely gone now. So you can't use flipper tools. So the only way you can look up solds on Etsy is to do the Google image thing that Rick does, but it only seems to work on his Apple. It doesn't seem to work with me. So on my Android. So that ding was you. Ding. That's okay. You can ding if you want. So next we were here. I always tell you, if you see something that's in a box, I always
say something.
If you see it in a box, don't just say something, look at it. So walking along the aisle, this is what I'm actually glimpsing. And as you can see, there's something in a box down there. Now there's a couple of things in a box, but this is what caught my attention. And it was this hexagon set, like hexagonish looking set, Octime. you can see right there, it's, I have to find it now when I do that. I made it so big I can't even find the damn thing. Where is it?
Down.
Oh, there you are.
There it is.
Octime. So this is the set, and actually I'll get you a better shot of it, which is this. This was $9.99, and actually it's marked Arcopal break resistant. Now, again, what got my attention was it's a set. It's in a box. I kind of like this. I mean, it's dirty. Like the plastic is very dirty. But I liked this sort of deco-y design when I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking $10. Is something like this worth $10? Well, it's actually, I'm not sure if Arco Rock and Arco Pal are the same thing, because this says Arco Pal on it as opposed to Arco Rock. So it might be the same company. And I've got Thrift. Tina's Throw, Thrift. Thrift. And then tomorrow's completely off topic. I found a button. Oh, it's in a box. I found a button holder in a box today. See? Thrift. Donna said she wouldn't buy it, but you think you'd be able to resell it well, so she would thrift it. So, but you have a booth as well. So wouldn't something like this be a booth kind of thing? Paul's got a good point. They are the same company. It looks kind of like IKEA, and I guess it does look a little bit like that. Daisy's saying thrift, maybe thrift, meh. 80s dinnerware. So it's no, I don't think it's plastic. It's like Arco. I've had Arco Rock before, and it's like it's porcelain, of some kind of porcelain. I don't know what. So set of 6. What did we do? Oh, I see here. Don's got the Arc Group markets its collections in France and exports them abroad under the registered trademarks of Luminarc, Arcopal, Crystal Dark, Arco Rock, and Chef Sommelier. Ooh. Glass. Similar to Corel. Kind of, yeah. Well, what did I end up doing with this? I thrifted it. Now, I tell you the reason that I thrifted it. I actually have looked this kind of stuff up before. We've had a few things on it. We've sold them, but a lot of times when I've found them, it's been Arco Rock instead of Arco Pal, and it hasn't been in the box. The other thing that threw me on this, that made me go, is everything I looked up when I was Google imaging and looking up Arco Pal were black sets. I rarely found a white set of this. And there were a lot of black sets of these that actually had sold, or black pieces that had sold. I'm just going to flip to Rick to see what he's found there.
I found that there are only 10 sold results for Octeam Arco Pal. So a set of 8 salad dessert plates, $30. A set of 8 plates, $80. So I couldn't see any of the cups like the one.
But yeah, I couldn't find this design, this like sort of black and white design here, this hexagon cup design. So white is, Lisa says she sells that stuff, and white is much less common. So
I found the sugar bowl listed for $26.
Sorry?
I found the sugar bowl listed here.
Oh, for $26.
$26.
And it's interesting that it says from Canada as well. It's very possible that this one particular pattern, the Arcopel pattern, was Canadian. But again, what we could do is, especially now that we can confirm that Arcopel and Arco Rock are the same kind of thing, we might put that in, because maybe they sold this pattern under Arco Rock in some other place, and we'll add keywords. Will be France, hexagon, 80s, and again, we're going to probably put this. I would probably list this because it's sealed. I think we're going to end up ripping the plastic off of most of it, because it's, unfortunately, they taped over top of it, and in a lot of places this is starting to go, but it's got to have a good cleaning. But we'll still leave it as sealed. I mean, we'll leave it as sealed. sealed as we can, because it actually will be a nice, safe way to ship. It's just going to be a heavy thing to ship.
Oh, somebody has a 16-piece.
Actually, it says it's made in. That's weird. Made in France, 2004. It says 87. I don't know how you read that. Does it mean it's 2004 remake of 1987? Anyway, it's an interesting way to look at it. And as Tina said, she only saw it in black. So, hey, Slow Crafter, thanks for popping in. Let's go on to something new. Our next one up, and this is staying in that decorative world. I'm a pigeon. A dove, sorry. So I saw this pair of doves. And when doves cry, they cry, well, buy me. Well, these were a little expensive. The big dove, which was, you can see by my size of my hand here, there's probably in the neighborhood of about, the big dove here is about 7 or 8 inches, and the smaller dove is about 6 inches. The big dove was at $9.99. The smaller dove was $6.99. And together, though, I did peel the thing off, and they're Otagiri, Japan. So if you saw these doves, would you thrift? Or it could be a seagull, dove. I guess, yeah, probably a seagull. I don't know. I don't know my birds. Throw the birds. They look like seagulls. They're birds are, again, I'm not good. I'm a dog person. Throw the doves. Throw them. Everybody's throwing. Poor seagulls being thrown at. People are just like, throw the seagulls. Now, you're all saying that, and again, my main comment on there is it is Otagari. So I throw. And Susan would put them in her booth. So we got one possible, I'm going to thrift them. So again, we're talking about the two of them. Even if I could use a 20% coupon, we're talking here about $17. So 20% off of $17 is still going to put them around $12 to $14. They fly away. Roadrunner. So we have two thrifts, Susan and Roadrunner. Susan would put them in her booth. Roadrunner would thrift it. Everybody else is throwing it out. And I'll tell you, what did we do? We threw the birds away. The birds! No, not the birds. We avoided the birds. And yes, and although, Daisy said thrift too. Although Otagari can be a good brand, and now Dawn is saying thrift. Otagari doesn't, it's that sort of half and half one. So you really need to take a look at what it is on them. And I don't know, Rick, if you found anything.
Yep.
So here we go.
Here.
Well, that's not sold. So
that's sold. I couldn't find any sold. Yeah.
That's the only one you could find?
Yes.
Okay. Did you put in dove or pigeon or?
I put in birds and doves.
Oh, okay. Did you put that both in the same thing? Take doves out, put seagull in, and see what happens with seagull instead of doves. Since I was wrong about the birds.
Well, someone else called them doves. When you put in seagull, it brings up nothing but coffee mugs.
Oh, that's not going to work. So again, with what we looked at, didn't find that much. I mean, if you kept them, if actually, you know what? They are nice looking. Like if you did want to have something on display, they're cute. They are cute on display if you like them. And if you were at a flea market, or not a flea market, if you were at an antique mall, if you were out at an estate sale, you might easily pay $15 for the pair of these. And again, we would consider that if it was for decor, but on our part, it was like, it's not for decor. So it's for reselling. And for us, that means no seagull doves for us.
Okay. So 2 of them sold, one for $24.91, the other for $24.99.
And then there's, but free shipping.
Yeah.
So that means we're talking about $17 when you're not including shipping.
Yeah.
And $17 with no shipping on a $10 thing, that's $3. That's not enough to make any money. Next is Otagari is a bit of a name, but I tell you, this is a much bigger name that I'm sure you all know. This is the next item. There we go. Sorry. The next item that we're doing, which is Wedgwood Bone China. Now, I'm not going to show you what it is yet, but Wedgwood, a lot of people. Now, did I know this was Wedgwood when I saw it? No, I didn't. I had to flip it over to see that it was Wedgwood. But this is a Wedgwood set. And this is what I found, which was a set of this sort of like white. There's something about it caught my eye in the shelf. It just sort of jumped out at me on the shelf. I thought it kind of looks like milk glass, but it wasn't really milk glass. That's what made me end up turning it over to find the Wedgwood name on the back of it. You can see how it was nice and against everything else that was there. And then you can see right up here, actually in the top corner, you can see more pieces from it there too. So there's more pieces from this set. Now, here's the thing about it. It was $34.99 for 12 pieces from this set. So there were a mixed bag of this specific thing. It is some dinner plates. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, 6 dinner plates. So let's call that's the 12. So you're talking about $34.99 for salad and dinner plates. But again, they are Wedgwood. So thrift if the dollar's right. So it's $34 right. Tina says thrift. Roadrunner thrift. Thrift, 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 thrift. Everybody's saying thrift on this. Great brand. So Miss Precious loves this thrift. Thrift, but for that price, you'd look it up. Good price. Cool pattern. But Tamara doesn't ship glass. No, that's Andrew is probably throw, but at least they're not crazy. No, they were in really nice shape. That's they're pretty pattern plates. Pretty pattern plates. Price per piece for the pretty pattern plates is about $3. Thrift, but it's expensive. Thrift, they go nice with the mug, the Arkarok mug. I guess you know what, they kind of could go with the Arkarok mugs. I mean, the black lines and everything like that. Dawn says you'd have to check the pattern first. Well, what did I do with them? I passed.
I made you pass. Huh? I made you pass because I didn't want to ship glass.
Well, yeah, but I did look them up, and you can see they just, again, Rick, can you check solds? Or let us know if there's nothing in solds. Because listed price without solds is not worth anything. So only 4 things sold. And take a look. $8, $7. So the pattern is called Wild Oats. And so it's really, really not.
I think it would be a long tail. This is just 90 days of sales. I could look it up in Terapeak and see if there's any further action, but
did you spell Wedgwood correctly?
Sitting around in our profit pile.
Take the E out of Wedgwood. Not the first E. And again, here's something. Well, Rick, here's something else. You're going a little deep on this. Take out everything other than Wedgwood's Wild Oat. Don't leave it. Remember, when you're looking up things, and this is to Rick, he does this all the time, and I always have to caution him. When you're trying to look up results and you put in a very, very detailed result, you are eliminating and funneling down. So you need to take a look at things and go, wait a second, I don't need to have
the wrong
Rick, I'm explaining, hon.
I'm not listening.
I know. I can tell you're not listening because that's just the way you go. But that's the challenge, is when he had the other thing in, it actually eliminated the patterns. And if we look now at what he's got now that he's taken it down just to Wild Oats, instead of 4.
There are 4 with the W4166 pattern number from the bottom of the thing.
Right, but to look at the pattern as a whole,
for Wild Oats,
there are 42 solds. But again, $7, $4, all that sort of stuff.
But it's not the same pattern. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
$7 is the pattern, right?
Yeah.
So just scoot down and you'll see there's a pattern that's pretty close to it there, $3.75. And again, it's the Wild Oats pattern. It could be a little different, but I'm just showing people what I'm looking at when I'm in the actual store. And I'm not going as deep as 4166 on a pattern. I'm looking at the top line on the pattern. What I do see there is there's not a lot of black and white on there, which is what our pattern was. So it makes me it gives me a secondary caution when I'm looking at that. And again, you could go to replacements.com and look at that as well as another place to look at it. But in general, it's
I find that if I put that number that's on the bottom of the piece of china, quite often it does narrow it down to either the shape of the cup or the plate or the actual pattern. So that's why I put it in.
It does, but you actually had even more than that in the thing. You had a very long title at that point. You had bone, china, da-da-da. So again, in general,
that's
when you're looking at
stamp.
That
was on the back stamp.
When you're looking up things in the store, you don't go with that detail. I'm going to fight you on this one big time, Rick. You do not go into really long explanations when you're trying to do searches. You need to bring your search down, because what happens is people don't find things. People don't find things that they're looking up because they put in weight. And you're doing this. You do this all the time. When we're thrifting, you write in 45 words in a title to look something up, and then you go, no, I can't find it anywhere. And I write 3 words and I find 40 of them sold, right?
Yep.
We've been doing this for years and you still do the same thing. Drives me bonkers. It's like he doesn't listen to me, but hopefully you guys will listen to me.
My way.
You can go and put things in to add to it after the fact, but not when you're doing your first round. I'm going to... You're going to get it after the show. I'm just telling you that much.
I'm just giving this as an example of what we go through when we go thrifting together.
This is what we go through, just not thrifting. This is what we go through for dinner. Anyway.
We get there in the long run.
Thank you for joining us tonight, Rick. I'm glad you have to go now. There we go. Oh, too bad. It's not like the bear. The bear, there's a lot more swearing.
I could get sweary. I'm not going to, but I could.
This is our next thing, which literally was today. We looked at this. I looked at this today, and this is from our Thrift or Throw. This is just a very interesting pot. Now, I liked when I saw it. It was like the faces around it were just, again, I just found them to be interesting. Yes. Kevin can't wait to see what you're going to look up next and how. Yes, let's see how many words he types into this thing to try and figure out what it is. That's the only photo that I actually have from it, and it is like this sort of Mexican, I guess. I don't even know what you would describe this as. Round pot. You would flip for that name, but the black paint looks cheap. You flip for what name? Throw. Oh, that's nice. Rick, you're Don's favorite Craig troll.
Huh?
Dawn says you're her favorite Craig troll. So the favorite troll for me. Like, you're trolling me.
I am?
Huh? Are you listening to the show again? No, sorry, folks, he's gone. Pass, throw, pass. Now, here's the thing. If this was a challenge, you wouldn't look twice, but that's why you like the show. Well, at least it's giving you those kind of things that you can listen to. Throw. It would depend on if it's marked to mark. Hell no. Hell no.
But it does have a sticker on the bottom.
It did have a sticker on the bottom.
You did send me a picture of the sticker.
I did send Rick a picture on my phone, but I can't get that picture on my phone up. Okay, hold on, Rick. I will show people your phone. This is the picture on the bottom. It says La Doya or La Roya on the black bottom. So that's what we're dealing with. La Roya or La Doya on a pot. It's too big for shipping. Thumbs up. This is the best bitch fest that you've seen in a long time. You'd throw without any info. Well, what did I decide to do with this one? I bought the pot. Why did I buy this pot? Well, there's a couple of reasons I bought this pot. One is because when I was trying to ask Rick, do you think I should buy this pot? The photos weren't going through on my phone. So I thought, this is interesting. I said, here's a $10 pot. He goes, I can't see it. And I phoned him. I said, I sent you the pictures. He goes, I don't see any pictures of any pot. I said, I sent them. I'm looking at my phone. So I'm fighting with him while I'm in the Value Village. So it's basically the same as like we are now. But it's on the phone with me in Value Village and him trolling me. But he wasn't trolling me. All of a sudden, when I get home, ping, 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 the photos showed up on his phone 2.5 hours later. But I picked it up. 2 reasons. 1, I managed this today. It's senior day. I'm old. See the white hair. I got this for $10. 2, I just thought at the end of the day, this is something I just want to risk on Max Sold. Because it's local, it is quite heavy, actually. Inside is pretty nice. La Roya is a place in Spain. Oh, that okay. So that's not like the drag name of the person who made it. La Roya Jackson. It's a Latoya Jackson original, and this is what the Jackson 5 originally looked like beforehand. So I don't know who's calling me. Oh, she's my accountant.
Actually, if you show the inside of the pot, it is red clay. So
I know that was our accountant calling us. Just so you know, right? The inside of the pot is like a red. I don't know if you can see. It's a red clay.
It's hard to see in the lighting up there.
But it's so I thought I'd try this. No, I couldn't find anything that matched it on Google Lens. I looked. It was one of those things. So again, I'm risking this $10 because I thought it was something interesting that we would end up doing, like that we could end up flipping. That's basically the basic reason.
I liked it, so I actually told him to buy it. So.
Well, you didn't because you didn't see the pictures. I described it to you. Remember? I had to describe you because none of the pictures came through. And you went,
and I said,
buy it.
I said, keep it in your cart and buy it.
Next, we'll move off of decorative things so that I don't have to fight so much with Rick as much anymore. But you never know, because this is what we're going to put up next. This is something that we found at a thrift store, and it is a poster. And the poster is for the Great American Balloon Extravaganza. And this was at Darien Lake. This is where the balloon extravaganza was going to be. It's $12.99 for this print. And it is the first, if you can see down on the bottom here, see if I can get it over there. This was the first in a series down on the bottom corner. Copyright 1983. And so it's the August 17th, 1983 Darien Lake Great American Balloon Extravaganza. Extravaganza. Thrift. Throw, too expensive. Okay, Tina's thinking it's cool. Thrift. Daisy says thrift. Kevin says buy. Thrift. Candace says thrift. Sherry says thrift. So everybody, other than right now, Tina's thinking the $12.99 is a little too expensive. The thing about it, the graphics are great. The thing about it that I was looking at initially, I'm not sure if I got the second picture in here. That's just the $12.99 photo. The thing I liked about it is actually, if you look at it when I'm looking there, the frame looks like it easily comes apart. So you could actually like take it and roll the poster up. So you don't have to sell something. If you see a poster like this, you don't have to sell it in the frame. You can actually roll it out of the frame. Throw, you were around in 1983 and don't remember this event. You were around Darien Lake in 1983. Thrift. Well, Roadrunner and Heather are the throws. Oh, Paul's also a pass. And what did I do with it? Yes, I did. I bought this. Now, Rick was with me when I bought this. He looked it up. No, he was with me when I bought it. But again, the reason that we decided to buy something like this was there were a couple of things that made us start thinking, maybe we should look at this. One, the date. The fact that it was 40 years old. It's a poster that's 40 years old. Two, the fact that it was the first in a series of posters. So we liked the fact that it was also the first in a series of posters. Three, hot air balloons. Now, I don't know, Rick, if you were able to look up any hot air balloon prints, but some of the posters that we saw when we did this first lookup were selling in the 100+ mark, not listed, selling in the. Now, they weren't specifically for Darien Lake in 1983. There are a couple of other big hot air balloon extravaganzas that go around the states. So we actually risked almost $15 with taxes on this because we thought this is so interesting. The graphics are amazing. So we did the risk on our part on 3 reasons: the graphics, the date, and the first in the series. So that's the reason.
I'm not finding any exact matches.
Oh no, we couldn't find the Darien Lake balloon extravaganza. I just was asking you, and that's why I was saying, can you look up hot air balloon print?
I'm looking up hot air balloon poster.
Or poster? Okay. We can't find any? Okay. We did look it up at the time, though, and that was our risk. We couldn't find Darien Lake, but I am actually going to list this. I'm going to start an auction on this, and we're going to start the auction at $95. So I think that's based on what we saw.
It's a good-looking poster, too. It's bright.
Yeah, it is a funky-looking poster. That's for sure.
And it's vintage.
It's fun when you find big batches of stuff, right? You know how I always go, if there's one on the wall, it's probably not all. Well, what would you do if you saw something like this? I was literally recently at a Salvation Army, and this was in the Sally Ann. This was a box or a whole basket filled with 1955 toy cars. But you can see it's actually, this is the car, and it's actually from 2001. I don't know if you can see it there, but it says Reader's Digest Association on it. See if I got a better picture there. 2001 Reader's Digest Association. So it's some kind of promo that was there done for Reader's Digest. But it's a little metal car, a little bigger than a Hot Wheel. And as you can see, they had tons of them. And they were $1.99 each. So when you see a lot of something like that, there's an opportunity for you to go. Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think it's the Darien Lake near Buffalo. If you look up the car on Google search, throw, thrift, throw. And again, part of the reason I bring something like this up is because a lot of times people will see something that they'll see a batch of, and it might automatically make you go, I got to get that. I want to wipe them out. And believe me, throw, no. Believe me, there's been a few times, and Rick knows it, and I think you guys know it too, where I have actually gone and done that. I have picked up a batch of something just, oh my God, they're all there. Bought them all. One of the big ones I did was those forks. Sherry bought some from me, thankfully, but I bought those Pyrex forks that were like really nice Visions, Corningware forks that were vintage. And I bought like 80 of them because that's how many they had. And they looked like they could sell for $20 a piece. We still have like 40 of them. It's taken us 3 years to barely sell any of them. So I do stuff like that, but I thought I'd show this to you because you might grab that automatically. Thanks, Clay. It's my Muppets. My Muppets all over print from Cakeworthy. And yeah, Lisa bought it for me too. That's true, actually. So, I mean, that's the only reason people I know are buying them from me. Nobody's buying them on our eBay or Etsy pages. So what happened with something like this? Well, did I buy it? I've got to change my picture here. I left that car behind. And why did I leave that car behind? Very simply, it is, there you go, $5. It's a $5 car or an $8 car or a $4 car. It was or a 99-cent car. So I could lose money on this car. So there's a lot of people who have them, and a lot of people who are going, you know what? They should have probably didn't buy that. I'll see if they're there the next time I go back. You never know, but they might be. Something else I always tell people to look for when you're in that section or in a section around, I'm always talking about books. Now, last weekend we did a show on Whatnot, which was a book sale, a book event on Whatnot that was organized by a lovely woman named Renee, who goes by Rat's Stash on Whatnot. So we're still doing Whatnots. We're doing fairly well on them. We came back after about a month. Remember, I had my butt lift, so we were off for about a month, and then we came back. We've done 3 shows since then. We've sold well over $1,000 in the 3 shows that we've done since then. We have shows coming up tomorrow and Thursday and Sunday. We got about 6 more shows coming up. So if you haven't thought about doing Whatnot, again, we always tell people, take a look at Whatnot. As a buyer, they're great. As a seller, they can be really great. But our book show made me think about this, and this is when you can see sets of something. So in this case, this was a set of books. This is the Fright Time books. And it is young readers, Fright Time. And you can see from this picture, I think I have to go to that picture. No, I have to go to this picture. There they were. This is how I spotted them, like literally on the shelf like that. I could see there were a number of them in there, 3 spine-tingling tales. And what I did was double check and pull them out. And when I did look at them, they were $1.59 a piece. And there were 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 of them in a row. So what would you look at? If you looked at something like this, so it's a set of 6 of these. They're $1.59 each. The way that our thrift store, this particular thrift store works, is that they actually, when you buy 5 books, you get your 5th one free. So really, we're looking at $1.59 times 5, not 6. So you're talking about $7.50 for 6 books in a series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know anything about that series of books either, but the first thing I thought of was they look an awful lot like Goosebumps, right? That's kind of what I thought it was. Kev says throw. Candace says pass. Sherry says thrift. Flipista says it found a witchcraft books in Value Village. Should do well on it. Oh, and then we got the comment. It was the Element Encyclopedia. Thrift. Yes on books. Daisy says thrift. Throw. Thrift. So it's kind of a mixture of thrift and throw, sort of a 50-50 on this one. Well, in this specific case for this series, I passed it. I threw it. Why? I did do the lookup on it, and what I found was even with a full 6, and there were only 6 books that were published in this series, it ended up not being worth the $7.50 sort of to spend on it. It would have ended up being something where we probably could only sell them for about $9, so I left them alone. But I did recently, and Rick knows this as well, I did recently end up picking up 9 choose your own adventure books. Same price, $1.59 a piece, but I bought them and paid for 8 of them at $1.50 each. So, but choose your own adventure books, not even in the consecutive order. Actually, we'll be able to flip them in a group for probably $3 to $4 a book minimum. So I'm going to put like a group of 10 books together for $40 or $50. And you can check, they do sell very easily. And in fact, some single choose your own adventure books and some single Goosebump type books, which are both in this sort of world, can sell for really good money. Let's just see. Let's see. So that was a Fright Time. And next we are going to do this. What is that? This is a little video, and again, sometimes I pass by things like this. I wanted to show you the video of this is what I walk up on. So I'm walking up and I see this. This is those sort of crappy dolls, and then I see this sticking out. So it took me a minute to get it out of there. So kind of caught in there. So that is a plush by Ollie Factory. Do you know who Ollie Factory is? And it was $4.99. I don't know who Ollie Factory is, but that's how it was sitting in the shelf. It needs to obviously it needs a little bit of, get rid of the cat hairs that are on it. But this is what made me, I saw the Ollie Factory thing. And I think there's another picture. There's a better shot of it. So would you thrift this? Tina says thrift. Diana, thrift. Now, I'm guessing that everybody's probably writing thrift, and I'm trying to think if I've got the right reason why. The immediate reason everybody's thinking thrift on this is because it has this anime look to the face. So it's not anime. It's not like that. No, it's anime. It's spelled anime, not anime. Just in case, you may not know. No, not anime. Yes, anime. And Tina says yes. It looks like anime. Thrift. It does actually look like a Sailor Moon doll to some degree. That made me. I thought of that too as well. Rick, were you able to find this?
No.
Huh?
No.
That's what you're going to? Well, what did I decide to do? Well, I decided that anime had to come home with me. And the
reason looks so much smaller when she's beside your head.
Thank you. So a couple of reasons that I ended up picking her. One is she is complete, so she's got all the things here. I did actually Google image her, and you can actually find her on Google Image, but I can't remember what it was. There's one listed on eBay Canada. See if I can open this and see. There's nothing on the inside of this, the tag itself. It's just a weird kind of tag. So I've never heard of Ollie Factory. 2016, made in China. That is in Chinese. So again, I picked this up $4.99. It's a light little thing. Again, the Sailor Moon look. Thank you, Sherry. It's okay. It's full of brains. You're not even listening again, see?
No, I never listen.
Full of... Oh, now he's listening. Now he catches it. Now,
I saw that.
So that's why I picked up this little one. Again, I can try and Google image it myself right now and see what happens to that. See if I can do it right.
Hatsune Miku.
Huh? Oh, you found something?
Hatsune Miku.
That's not it. That's a bunny.
Oh.
That does not. How did you make that thing? You thought that looked like that? Okay, there we go. It is Hatsune Miku. That's the character. So say plus. Yeah, there we go. So there you go. There's a Hatsune Miku plush. So again, now at least we know who it is. Hey, Jethro, he made it to the end. And Candace said that Hatsune Miku. So if you don't know who it is, again, Google Image is your friend. I'm going to pop into this to show you. This is what I popped in with. That's her picture. That's how I got to it. Her picture, and it came up. Now, this is the thing: is if it doesn't come up exactly, this is what you could look at to find out what the picture is, because it's obviously based on a character. So there's the eBay Canada one right there. Actually, the link to the eBay Canada one. I'm probably going to actually try this in Whatnot first because it doesn't weigh a lot. So it's something that I can actually think about.
Nothing under Ollie.
Huh?
Nothing under Ollie. Add Ollie.
Okay. Next is, oh, your daughter was your friend on that one. The next one, I know this is it's a terrible, terrible picture, but it's the picture that it's exactly how I found this. And it's like, so this is when a doll has had a really, really bad night. This is, let me just, okay, well, there we go. This is like the Shelf of Shame doll. This was on the bottom shelf. Look at her. Look at the poor thing. Her legs are bent all up and like she's got her little hoochie pants on. Now, her top doesn't look like it's ready to stay up anymore. But this is something with Courtney Love. It's the doll version of Courtney Love. You might think about it as that. Now, this is actually just, it kind of looks like, and again, I'm just, for those of you who aren't familiar, and again, I'm bringing this back up again because this is, Daisy said it, it's not a Bratz doll, though. And this is kind of, yeah, she was in a car accident. It looks kind of like a Bratz doll, Daisy. That's the first thing I thought of as well. And it was a hell of a party for this. But it looks a lot like Bratz because Bratz basically look like horse. There's no other way I can describe it. I've always said it. Bratz look like horse. But this is not a Bratz doll. But did I thrift it or did I throw it? It looks like it's got gout. Oh yeah, where's the foot? There's the foot. There's the there's the foot. Passing the doll. And Diana has actually, the pass from Roadrunner, Diana's actually got it. It is actually a Barbie because, and this is her right here because I didn't pass on her. I did pick her up. So again, it looks an awful lot like a Bratz doll. And this is one of the things that I'll be talking about when I do my seminar that's going to come up on dealing in dolls for Kennel Club members to try and teach you some of the differences on one thing versus another. So in this particular case, again, the dealing in dolls seminar is going to be the end of May for only people who are members of the Kennel Club. It's $2.99 a month. And we hopefully with that, we actually teach you enough that you can learn what to do with things. So in this case, this is the Bratz. This is not Bratz. The lips look like Bratz. The eyes look like Bratz. But it was when Mattel was trying to fight that Bratz doll thing. And they came out with their version of it. And their version was this. And again, what we did was first thing I did was I had to flip over the back. And it actually has on the back of her neck, Mattel. You can't really see it in there, but it does say Mattel. And it actually does say Mattel on her tag as well, wherever her tag is. Or her tag on her foot, on her goat foot. It does say Mattel in here. And it is 2004 Mattel. So, and surprisingly, if you look up My Scene plush. Oh, you meant in the picture. Oh yeah, I guess in the picture, yes, it is true. It is true. Dora is getting goat foot. There is no goat foot. Doesn't smell like goat foot. But this is the things I think were hilarious about this as well. If you get if I go for a closer look, she has toenails, and she has fingernail polish. So her goat feet, she managed to get that foot up so she could paint it. That's the one thing she managed to do, paint that toe. But again, I don't know if you can find it, Rick.
I couldn't find it using plush. But if you put in soft body,
yeah,
one comes up.
Yeah, but look at the one that comes up. So it's My Scene Stylin' Friend. So put in that. So you use that to grab your keyword of My Scene Stylin' Friend. And then see what happens when you get that. But see, somebody's got one of those listed for $150. And she was $7.99. So I forgot to show you the price, but she was $7.99. She is really weird, but again, for Bratz people, that's exactly what you'd actually end up expecting to see. So that's that's the goat foot. There's two.
There are two.
95 and 149. So we'll have to do again. I know that because this was a My Scene Mattel Barbie version of Bratz. My Scene, and then we'll actually talk about this in the doll seminar as well, the difference between Bratz and My Scene. And those are things that you should be looking for, especially when you're going to shopping right now. So we've done a bunch. We got two more left for us to do today. And the next one, they're both based on parks, places you go, places you'd actually think, okay, I obviously want to shop there. I pick up souvenirs. Souvenirs have to be worth it. They got to be worth it. We got two left, and the two left that we got for souvenirs are, number one, this is the Universal Studios drinking cup. So this is a Orlando University, Orlando, Florida. I think this is the refillable cups. It's $1.99. It's a plastic cup, and you would not believe what some refillable cups sell for from Disney World. So I immediately thought, this is something that I got to take a closer look at. And yes, Jethro, you're one of the reasons I came up with doing that. Pass, the doll show, that is. Pass, thrift, throw, not your humble opinion, not super special. So I thought the graphics on it were great. I thought it was in pretty nice shape. It might have been used, but what did I do with it? I passed on it. Why? Because this particular mug actually only went for about $7 to $9. Yeah, Angela, you'd think, but that's where it's key to use your Google image and your eBay solds or Terapeak or WorthPoint if you've got it, and look them up, because that's where you're going to be able to find it. So again, what I would have done, what I did with this in the mall, is I took a picture with my phone of that image. I Google imaged it myself. I can do it right now on the, I think I can do it right now here, because Carl told us we can do this. There's search with Google image. Carl teached us this. So there we go. You can see on the side there, that single Google image showed up, and it's got $8 Canadian. So again, it's sellable, but not necessarily sellable for that kind of money. But look at this one, this Starbucks one, $66. So you can use this to try and figure out whether something is got potential or not. And in this specific case, it looks like the thermal mug that's on the side here may have, which it was not, this was not a thermal. Well, that's not even showing properly. That may have been the thing for us to look at, but it wasn't when it came to that actual mug itself. So last but not least, I've got another little video to show you.
Sorry, can you show how to do the Google search using an image?
Yep.
Inside.
So there's two ways
Google
for us to do the, you can do the Google image search. Number one, if you're on your desktop like we are right here, I'm just right clicking on
inside Chrome.
Inside Chrome, I'm right clicking with my mouse and search image, and it literally will pop it up beside you. If you have a picture that is bigger of something, for example, if it was a picture of a bunch of dolls, you can actually go to just that one doll. You can make this, I could search just this image if I want. And Google will automatically research the images over here. So let's say if this took a picture and Google went, I don't know what you're looking for in here. You could be looking for anything in this picture. Google may not know exactly what you want. Just stretch the image down, bring the image down, bring the image down, and now it will boom. It's going to redo it right off the bat, and it's going to try and
you can click on the little dot as well.
Huh? Yeah, if in the case, yeah. And then also, if you were at the store, I'm going to do the bad sort of version of it right now, which is at the store. I'm going to pretend that the picture that you're looking at on the screen right now, I'm literally going to take a picture of that screen. Hey, Renee! I'm going to take a picture of that screen. So on my phone, I'm in Google Lens. So I've added the app Google Lens right there. I will click on Google Lens. It's going to search with my camera. I'm going to take a picture of that item. So it's taking a picture of it. It's identified it. And look at that. I scroll. Oh, it made it bigger. There we go. And then it's going to look. And then I can scroll up. And there's the same pictures that we saw on the side. So this is how Google Image works at home. It can also work very simply if you're doing things that Carl taught us. This is from Carl. Carl, am I giving you enough credit on this? Because that if you're looking at an auction, you might see an auction on HiBid or on Max Sold, and you see a picture in that auction. You know what? You can use it to do that too. I'll make a little video on that. But here's the last item of the night. Yes, you can add keywords to it as well. The last, yes, you're listening. The last item of the night is this, and I'm going to show you a little video first. This is what I walked up to. On the end of an aisle, a Visa bag for $3.49. It's like a shoulder bag for Hong Kong Disneyland grand opening. So I've got another picture of it here. That's it. Again, I just took the picture. This was how it was sitting. There's a closer look at Tinkerbell over Hong Kong Disneyland grand opening. And again, this is how it was sitting on a shelf as I walked up. I didn't place it there. So the big picture of Hong Kong Disneyland grand opening was sitting right there. And this was $3.49. So Sandy's like, oh, hell yes. And Jen was like, yep, but she's keeping it. Thrift, possibly lose to Bowen because Bowen would steal it. Thrift, score! Thrift, very cool Thrift. So Thrift the bag. So everybody's saying Thrift the bag. Well, let me close this because that's not needed there anymore. And what did I do as my final thing for the night? You bet. I had to thrift the bag. One, it's in really amazing shape. I don't even know if anybody used this. Two, there's the proof of the price, $3.49. It was a Visa promotion for the grand opening of Hong Kong Disneyland. So I didn't even guess. I did not look this up. I still have not looked this up, but I decided that there was no way on earth that I was going to pass up a grand opening Hong Kong Disneyland. And no, it doesn't look like it's not a pin bag, I don't think, because pin bags normally have zips here so you don't lose things. It could be a pin bag, but it's not got the proper things. Like a pin bag normally would have the flaps you can put all the pins on in here. And so this is literally just a shoulder carrying bag. And I don't know if you found any, Rick. Again, I didn't care.
No, I couldn't find anything.
I'm going to auction this, and I have no idea yet what I'm going to auction it off at. But again, this was something on the end of an aisle, visible for who knows how long, to who knows how many people, and they walked right by it. Why did we buy it? One, Hong Kong Disneyland. Any Disney property that is away from the U.S. is automatically something you want to look a little harder. You see something that's from Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Tokyo, Hong Kong Disneyland, you want to look at those things because they're much smaller audience seeing them. Two, grand opening. Grand opening, that's 1 day, 1 week. That is such a limited existence to this. And then three, $3.49. Less than a latte, it's got to be bought, eh? Whether we keep it, thrift it, whatever. But we are going to.
Hong Kong Disneyland opened September 12th, 2005.
2005. So it's
according to the
18
Google.
Years old. So 88, probably. Yeah, I love starting things with 88 cents. Great find. Thank you, Angela. One on Worth Point sold for $36 in 2006. So again, we'll try it. We'll see if it does. It's again for $3.49. It's worth the risk as far as I'm concerned. So
17 years ago, it sold for $36.
Yeah, and a lot of cases, you never know what's going to happen when it comes to thrifting or throwing. You'll see that we agreed and disagreed at the same time on various things. But everybody has a different way of looking at things. But hopefully today we gave you a way to maybe look at thrifting or throwing in a little bit different fashion. Maybe you found something in here that is like, I would never have looked at this. Maybe it's just the idea of what we showed you on how to use Google Lens. If you're not familiar with that, is a good way for you to add something to your platform. Or maybe you just like the fact that the two of us bitch like crazy at each other.
Don't bitch, we bicker. It's bickering.
But hey, 36 years together. Hey, what do you expect? 20 years married in June. We'll be 20 years officially married in June. But thumbs up if you had fun. Hopefully you watch us. Next week, we will be back with another baggy wall haul. Why? Because we have so many baggy walls. And we find so much neat stuff on the baggy walls. And it's actually got some of the highest views that we have on our channel after the fact. So if you're watching beforehand with us live, yay! If you're watching after, throw us a comment down below. Like us, subscribe if you will. And then again, if you do, and you decide that in the next month you want to sign up, it would be great. We'll see us for our Dealing in Dolls, a guide to reselling modern fine dolls just for Kennel Club members. Thanks again for everybody joining us here. We'll see you on Whatnot. We'll see you on TikTok. We'll see you everywhere if you don't see us first. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Well, I'm Bad Dog for Good Dog and Doug Dog and the rest of us here, even though and Gout Barbie. For all of us, we're out of here. Oh, thank you, Barbie.